coming up. Y'all put your hands together for me.
Thank you. You don't have to stand. That's good. This is good. I have to admit, my name is Mike Bailey, and I'm from the eastern parts of North Carolina. Born and raised a country boy. Education-wise, A&T State. I went there for yeah, that's right, Aggie Pride, baby. And I died the Aggie.
They went out there.
But it was, the whole thing through life it's brought me to cleaning. This is what I am now. A franchise owner for JanPro. Sean, I'm associated with Sean, and who y'all all know, I'm sure. This is, it's quite an honor to come in here and speak with you because, believe me, it wasn't that far or that long ago that I probably was in the same situation. And a lot of people looking in my life, I went through some changes and things, even through the education. People often call you the black sheep of the family or, all sorts of terms, but that doesn't mean because that's what they call you, that's what you answer to or you respond to. Just because they say that doesn't make you who you are. So you have to put in your mindset that I'm gonna do more than what people call me. And once you determine that you can do that, believe me, limitations are not on you. You can do anything. Anyway, after A&T, I went out, I did a few jobs here and there. I worked for a company by the name of Raleigh. And there I did things like build large dryers that takes the moisture out of food. For instance, when you get your cornflakes, it's dry and broken up, but when it really comes out of the machine, it's a big clob of gunk. It doesn't look like you want to eat it, really. And we make the machines, and this stuff goes on the conveyor, and it takes the moisture out, and it breaks it up at the end, and you get it in a box, and you go, oh my God, Kellogg's is great. But it really didn't come that way. And the same thing with oatmeal and tropical blend, and all of these types of food that you get in the store, even camel soup, all of these things. Did you know this stuff was cooked in a can? The substance is put in the can, then it runs through a system, heats it up, and then it's run through a cooler system that we used to make that waters it down, then it goes through the line and gets a label on it. It's not cooked individually and poured in the can, it's cooked in the can. So these things are things that I learned. But all through my life, I've always heard, go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job. I never ever heard, go to school, get a good education, and guess what? Own your own business.
Right.
There's a difference.
Right.
So I was one of the people, if I'm gonna do something well, I would do it for myself. Let me reap the rewards. If somebody gonna pass out a pink slip, let me be the one to pass it out. So this is my thing of thinking. So this might not be in line with you, but I promise you I'm gonna get you there. One of the things I want to say to you is this. Since I have now engaged in owning a franchise with JanPro, I've had the opportunity to interview people. Now, a lot of those things that you saw demonstrated on the board, upon the nice camera here, listen, it's true. One thing I don't want to see is somebody come to me like this, yo, dog, I just need a job, man, because look, man, I got 3 kids, and when the last time you worked? Man, it's been a couple of months. What'd you do before then? I worked at McDonald's, Why aren't you still there? Man, me and the supervisor, we just can't get along. Well, guess what? You just ruined it with me too, because if you can't get along with this supervisor, you don't get along with me either. Approaches, what you say. A lot of people don't understand it, but what comes out of your mouth a lot of times determine whether or not you're going to be accepted into the group. Just a few words. It don't take long. It don't take long. As the man talked about dress codes and what to wear and all this. Now, I know that I'm in cleaning. It's probably not the highest level of employment people would like. But let me tell you something. It pays a bill, and you can see that I ain't starving. So what I'm saying to you is, be prepared. Go there. Understand who it is that you're going to be talking to. And don't go there with this desperate attitude, I need a job. 9 times out of 10, when people come like that, they're going to last about 2 weeks. Just long enough to get a check so they can go do whatever they want to do, and that's it. They're not looking at the long run. And that's what they've been following them all their life. You go here, get a job, work for a little while, and quit. Till the next time they need a couple dollars, then try to find another job. That ain't what we want. If you want to make it, It's got to be a consistency, ongoing process, over and over and over and over, repeatedly. Get up, clock rings, get up, wash your face, brush it. It's a repeated process, and you go out and you do the same thing every day. Keep knocking on the door, keep stepping until you get that door of opportunity to open for you, and when you get it, you got to grab it. Because, see, opportunity don't knock every day. I've had a gentleman to come to me the other day, and he said, I need a job. I said, okay. I said, what do you do? He said, nothing. And I'm trying to, well, what job do you go to do nothing? What are you looking for? What are your goals? What are you planning to do? Do you have any interest in anything or field that you want to be in? What process have you taken to get there or achieve that goal? If I was to ask anybody in this room right now, what are your plans, not just for tomorrow, but what are your plans 6 months from now? What is it from a year from now? And you say to me, I don't really know, then there's an old saying, if I fail to plan, then I plan to fail. You have to come up with something. You have to have something or some kind of desire, compassion in you to want to do something, to even know where you're headed. As the past is something that's always there. It ain't something that you want to look at all the time, but it needs to be a reminder of things that did not work. That's what it's there for. It's not for you to focus on. It's just that didn't work. Quick glimpse back. It's like driving a car. You look in your rearview mirror. You don't stay in that rearview mirror. You just glimpse, see what's back there. Just a reminder. To keep you moving forward. Keep to where you're going. Anyway, now that I've been with JanPro, what is it, 15 years now? Mm-hmm. Ooh, Lord. Sean, it's been a long time. 15.
Wow.
15 years. Now, I started out with much of nothing. Matter of fact, I used the income tax check. That's what I did, an income tax return check. I know everybody say, oh man, I got my income tax check, go get me a car, go buy me some clothes, give me this nice jewelry. No. Use it to invest in yourself. Take that money and do something with it. Because believe it or not, you probably won't get too many of them. So take that money and do something with it. So I took it, I put it in the JanPro, the franchise, met a friend. She said, hey, one of the best things in the world you can do, Mike, is spend it on yourself. Put it in a business. And I was like, what kind of business can I start with $2,000? What am I going to do with that? And this was the whole thing. JanPro came to me. And she invited me to come out and listen, and I did. And I said, this is about the lowest income place I could start a business with. Just a couple $1,000. Actually, it was $1,000 at the time, I think. Just that. And I can start a business. I can start a business with $1,000. And sure enough, I had the background, and people liked it. You see, when I was growing up, it was 4 brothers, and I was the 3rd. And one of the things, when we went outside farming, see, it's all boys. So my mom said, all right, well then, who washing dishes? Because she wasn't about to wash. Somebody gonna wash his clothes, somebody gonna clean his house. So train up a child in the way she should go, and they shall not be far from it. It was something that instilled in me. So cleaning, how hard can that be? Hell, I've done it all my life. I've done this before. And sure enough, it has paid off for me. I started off very small. Now I'm the largest franchises with JanPro, the largest one in the area. That says a lot for somebody who's a black sheep of the family. Never, ever, ever give up. Keep pressing. Walk the talk, do all those things, and I promise you, it'll happen. Now that I'm with JanPro, I do want to say this. This interview stuff that he's giving you, Mr. Jarvin's giving you, I'm telling you, this stuff is important. It really is important. Some of the stuff, and I implore people now, can you believe that? I implore people now. My family members say, boy, we sure are proud of you. Yeah, but 15 years ago, you said I won't work the hill of beans. Yeah. And now they look at me, and when they make decisions, guess who they come to now to make the decision? When the family is in disarray or disoriented, the person that was least likely to be the one is now the one. It's amazing how God turned things around. It's amazing. I don't get big-headed about it because I just take it all in humility because it's something special to me. Every now and then you gotta chuckle and just say, God, look how far I've come.
Amen.
Look how far I've come. One of the things I want to challenge each and every one of you to do, all those steps, if you did not get them listed, ask Mr. Jordan, go back and get you a copy of it. Go step by step. I'm telling you, this is the thing that he was telling them to close and open, and this thing is real. I mean, I used to cross my hands all the time. And now that you brought it up, I realized now when I started going to interview while I was open, people would offer me a job. Just throw it out there. Slang is another thing. Please watch it. Your appearance is always important. Never get a chance to make another impression. That first impression is very important. I can remember when I first started cleaning, I worked a full-time job and I was doing cleaning too. And the lady wanted to offer me, well, the gentleman asked me, said, "Did you want another building?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "I'll go and meet." And I worked all day long, man. I was dirty, grimy, with welding dust on me, everything. And I knew I didn't have time to go home and change clothes. Now, this person didn't know me for the hill of bean. And I had to go there like that. Well, I could immediately see in her eye when she saw me, it was this. That was the first thing I saw. Her eyes go from my head to just like this. Now, I'm in the cleaning business, and here I was with dirt, grime on me. Now, what do you think that conveyed to her, and I'm supposed to be cleaning?
Not fit for the job.
Thank you. And I didn't get it either. So then you know what I started doing? Now comes the preparing thing. Always be prepared. Guess what? I started keeping prepared, clean clothes in my car all the time. So now, and guess what? If this happens again, I know how to run in the bathroom, take a quick wash up, change my clothes, and go. And guess what? I started doing that. Guess what? The next time, the person said, "Oh yeah, can you start tomorrow doing this?" Yeah, sure. Sure can. I just want to invite you, if you have a dream, if you have an idea, if you have some type of skill that you're good at, now is the conceivable time to nurture it, to push it out there, and believe me, it will grow. Just plant the seed. It's going to grow, unless you're on rocky soil. Now, if you ain't planning on doing it, believe me, it won't work. If you go in half cheeks, like my mom used to say, I won't give you other words, but half cheeks, believe me, it will not pan out, because you're not putting the effort in. You're not putting the effort in. So, again, what he's telling you is very important. What I look for when I approach, when an employer comes or somebody looking for a job with me, I do look at their appearance. However, I understand it's cleaning, so I'm not going to be wholehearted foul. No. Because next thing I want to hear is what comes out of your mouth. What comes out of your mouth? Because if you're telling me, "Oh, I used to do this. I had an aunt that had a business in cleaning. Yeah, I did it years ago." Now I'm going to start. You invited me to start asking you questions. So now, "Oh, you work with your aunt? What did you do?" "Oh, I pulled the trash." That's when you did the trash. Was there a certain way you did? Did you pick your cans up? Did you tie your bag when you put it on there? No, we just put them in. Now I'm getting my information right off the top right here. We just put the bag in, pull it, and roll. I said, "Okay. Let me ask you this. Do your aunt still own the business?" "Yeah." "How long you say you haven't been working?" "What's a month now?" So now I'm thinking in my head, well, why you don't still work for them? You must not been hitting on nothing. You see, words have a lot of role play. It ain't so much as what I'm looking at, it's what I'm hearing. Bible tell you also, be slow to wrath, be slow to speak, but very quick to listen. Listen. Some people are talking so fast that they don't have time to listen. When you're listening, that is your best learning time. That's where the curve changes in your favor. And so as I sat there and I listened to it for a few minutes, I realized that this guy don't really want to work. He just want a few dollars for now, and then he's gone. And one of the things you do not want to hear, and I'm going to close out, one of the things you do not want to hear, don't call me, I'll call you. Because when you hear that, you will not get a call. Thank you, that's it. Thank you, Mr. Dawes.
If you were listening,
Mike just said was, he was the proverbial black sheep of the family. He was the person where they sit there and look at, well, we ain't gotta waste too much time dealing with him and everything. He's gonna be a lost cause anyway and everything. But the denied stone became the cornerstone.
Yes, sir.